business again?
Is Agni Yoga Delivery.
Okay, and this is Anna-Sara Fire, and momentarily she will be teaching me some yoga moves. We'll be moving everything out of the way.
And this could be, if you're watching, feel free to join us, because we're going to do
Wonderful.
very simple ones, so you don't have to be afraid.
Great, and this is Ingrid and Anna-Sara Fire, and we're on Living It Up, Making Life Juicy, and on to part 2. And we're back on Living It Up, Making Life Juicy, and I'm Ingrid, and this is Anna-Sara Fire, and we're going to do some yoga.
Yes.
She's going to teach me some moves. And Anna-Sara, what's the name of your business?
Agni Yoga Delivery. And what we're going to do now, we're going to do very, very gentle practice, and we're just going to do a few of our asanas, which is Sanskrit for our poses, our yoga poses.
And you bring yoga into people's homes.
Exactly.
Right?
I bring yoga into people's homes.
Nice.
So you can call me and I will come with some yoga mats and some yoga and peace and balance and harmony, hopefully. So
good. From people, for one person, if you want to have like just a private class, or for as many people as really you can fit in,
exactly.
for space and matting.
So you can bring your family, friends, and neighbors, or whoever you want there with you, and you guys can put the class together, and I will be there.
Terrific. Okay, so what are we going to do?
Ingrid, let's just begin with, we're just going to begin with just focusing on our feet. And that would mean just like, we usually don't focus so much on our feet, but we're just going to begin with just feeling our feet, the bottom of our feet against the surface of our mats. And this is just like a tiny, tiny little experience that maybe compared to all the other movements that we do every day feels really small in the beginning. And then we're going to begin with just lifting our toes up. Maybe this is in picture or not, but lifting our toes up and placing them down one at a time, and we're creating space in between our toes. And we're putting them back down on the mat. And then we're just closing our eyes. We're going to bring our hands up in front of our heart. This is our Anjali Mudra. This is our prayer pose. And we're just going to begin breathing. And in yoga, we have our pranayama breathing, which is our yoga breath. And our yoga breath is different from our regular breath, that breath that we breathe every day, that breath that comes very natural. Our yoga breath, pranayama breathing, is a controlled breath. So we're breathing in through our nose and out through our nose. Inhalation and exhalation is of equal length. So we're just going to breathe that breath for a while. And if you're at home and watching us, feel free to join us. Just breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. And all our focus is going to be on the breath. And just like we said before, as long as you can breathe, you can do yoga. So even if you can just join us on this part, you're still doing yoga. And after that, our next step, and we're going to keep on breathing, it's going to be to ground our feet deep into the mat. And this is more like in your imagination maybe. You're going to create roots that goes from your feet down through the mat, through the floor, down to the earth, and then all the way down through all those layers of the earth into that fiery middle, the Agni middle of the earth. So these roots are going to help us to be present here and now. So we're not going to be in tomorrow because tomorrow is not here yet. And we're not going to be in yesterday because yesterday is long gone. We're just going to be right here and right now. So we're focusing on those roots. Maybe we're going to see them even in front of our closed eyes, where you're seeing those roots going down to the earth. And our next step is going to be to tuck our tailbone under. And that could sound a little tricky. We're just going to tuck it under. So we kind of are leaning a little backwards when we do that. And then we're going to lengthen our spine, and we're going to bring our shoulders back and down. So even if this is not our everyday posture, this is going to be our posture for right now. And our next step is we're going to connect with our core. We talked about it earlier. This would be our core self, our highest self. This is that self that is not an expression of being stressed out or expression of fear or anger, whatever it could be. You know, all those things that we all have but we're not proud of. This is our core self, and it exists somewhere here. So just connect with that core self. What is you? And then bring in things to that core that you would like to have into your life. Qualities that you would like to have. Qualities that you want to be a part of your core self. And we're going to move up. We're moving up to our heart space. And in yoga philosophy, we have 7 chakras, and our heart chakra have the color green. So if it is possible for you, just see if you can see a green light from your heart space. We're opening up our heart space, and we're opening up our heart space to everyone and everything that we share this earth with. And after that, we're going to line up our ears with our shoulders. And that would mean that we kind of have to bring our head back a little bit. And these things can feel a little strange in the beginning. And our last step in this opening would be to open up the crown of our head, the very top of our head, to the divine or God, heaven, or maybe it's just the sky and the clouds, whatever terminology you use for what's bigger than you. Because we want to be led, our yoga practice, we want it to be led with something that's bigger than us. We want our steps to be led by something that was here before we came and is going to be here when we leave. And for a moment, let's just stay here and just experience how this feels to be connected with the earth, connected with the heavens or the sky, God, or goddess, the divine. Yoga is a spirituality, it's not a religion, so you bring in whatever spiritual higher power that guides your life. So we're just experiencing how it is to exist in between earth and heaven. And from here, we're going to find an intention, sankalpa. It could be an intention, maybe just for today, because this practice is really short. So find your intention for today. Find your sankalpa for today. This could be an intention for you or someone else, for the world or for the universe. Just bow your head gently to your hands. Find that intention. And then open your hands up into a lotus mudra. And when we do a lotus mudra, we connect our thumbs and these little fingers here. And we create like a lotus flower. And inside of this lotus flower, we're placing our intention. And then we're just lifting our arms up and offer this intention to whatever is above us. Closing our hands back together, lowering them down to our heart, placing that intention back into our heart, and then lower our arms down. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do some sun salutations, and we're going to do half sun salutations, so we're not going to do anything that's going to be too hard. So I think that if you can stand, you might be able to do this sitting down too, if you can figure out some way to modify it. If you can stand, you can probably follow us. We're having our arms just down to the side of our body, and we're once again just connecting with our feet, making sure our spine is long and straight, and we're just feeling that connection. Because even if you feel like you cannot keep up with anything, the most important thing is that connection between the earth and the heavens. And then we're going to inhale our arms up. And we're exhaling them down. So we're going to exhale all the way down, coming into forward fold. And we're going to inhale halfway up here. So we're placing our hands on our knees. We're having a flat back. And we are exhaling back down. And from here, we're going to inhale all the way up. So we're just bringing our hands behind us a little bit, and we're going to inhale all the way up. Exhale your hands to your heart. And we're staying a moment. Just pressing our thumbs into our, whatever, chest bone here. Just feeling our heart beating in there. Being grateful for our physical bodies as well as our spiritual bodies, our energetical bodies. And let's do one more. Lower your arms down. So we are inhaling up. Exhaling down. Forward fold. We're inhaling halfway up. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up this time. Exhale your hands to your heart. And we are always so used to expecting a next thing to happen all the time. So in yoga, when I do classes, I usually tell my students to stop expecting me to do a next posture. It probably is going to come a next posture, but it is all about stop expecting it. And whenever there's stillness, we're just going to enjoy that stillness. So lower your arms down. Let's do one more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale halfway up, flat back. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale your hands to your heart. We have 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. Maybe it could be 2 more sun salutations.
Okay,
I
great,
think.
great.
All right. So arms down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale your hands to your heart. And we're stopping here. You know what? I think that we don't want to rush it in yoga, right?
Right,
So we don't want to fit in another one just to do it.
Right. I think the only thing we can expect is that the camera will stop.
Exactly. And that's the worst thing that can happen, I guess.
Right.
That we're pretty good
That's
off.
not bad.
No.
So we have 2 more minutes.
2 more minutes. Well, let's just end our practice in a mindful way then, instead of fitting another one in. Well, we're going to end our practice like we started. It's this very short practice. We're just ending our practice with being connected through our feet with the earth, creating roots that go down from us, down through the mat and the floor and the ground, and down all the way through all those layers of the earth. And on their way down, these roots connect with everything else that is alive on this earth. And we're going to tuck our tailbone under, lengthen our spine, bringing our shoulders back and down. And we're connecting with that center that we created, that core self.